If you're the party, you can go ahead and skip to this number I'm going to put on the screen. If not, and you're here just to listen and watch whatever I made, let me give you some context first. I play D&D, and I've been running a campaign for almost a year now with some friends. And I do a recap roll every session. I've started doing that. And for some context, depending on what I roll, will depend on how much I tell them or whatever. So like on Nat 1, I'm not going to tell you anything. I hope you remember. On Nat 20, I actually make something. And as you might have guessed, I rolled a Nat 20 last session. And trying something different with this. I'm not an animator, not much of an artist either, but I am proud of how their sprites turned out. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'd be totally down to make some more if you guys want. So we'll see. But yeah, enjoy. The arc begins with the party deciding to go to a city known as Tumblehorn, a desert city with a huge stench of death in the air. Once they arrive, they see a man who doesn't look like he's from there, fighting someone else in the street with everyone watching. He kills the man and walks over to the party. "You don't look like you're from here," he states. Give us a tour. The party stated and demanded, and eventually they made their way to the church to find the God of Death. They talked to the God of Death, and eventually they got the God of Death to make his way over to Cherry Hollow. And after that, they departed to help Jen out on his quest to go kill these two guys, because the employer told him to. And when they got to the desert, a fierce battle began between the Sand Elemental and the party. The Sand Elemental grabbed the party, put him in the tornado. King tried to grab Delcourt out of the tornado and ended up getting sucked in. While the rest of the party stood by, Basil tried to help, got sucked in, and everyone was flying around. But eventually, they killed him. And they killed the Sand Elemental and got the prize Jen was looking for. After that, they began to make their way over to Quillrise. At Quillrise, they followed Jen. Well, first, they enter the city. A very techno city. There's a lot of Warforged running around. And after not really exploring, Jen asked them if they want to go to his employer or explore. And they decide straight to the employer. Once there, they meet his employer, Big Bao. A rather larger man with a robot arm. It's pretty cool. And he asked the party if they want to make money. They trick Jen, but not really. They're on his side. And eventually, combat breaks loose. Jen goes to the back room because he's trying to find his family, who's been held captive for so long. And while he goes back there, the party fights. Big Bao and his shadow samurai dude, bodyguard. The party gang up on him, beat him up, and eventually the fight is over and they are dead. Man, I really gotta do a better voiceover next time though. Well, Big Bao died, and so did Samurai Guy. I'm doing this kinda late, but they win, and then Jen comes out and finds out his family's dead, says thanks, and then leaves. The party starts scavenging, do some shopping. Delcourt takes off the robot arm and sells it, and they eventually head over to their next destination. And that is this session, but you'll figure that out. But anyways, this is the part where the party stops listening to this video and gets back to the VC. But to everyone else, thanks for watching. I'd be down to do this with other parts, funny stuff that have happened in the campaign. I skipped out on a lot of stuff, but that's okay, because it'll only get better with time. And I also did this the night before the session, so I forgot a lot of things. I don't write notes. Well, I do, but I don't write down what happens. So, yeah, hope hope you enjoyed. Be down to do this with other stuff in the future. Just let me know. Yeah. Be kinda cool. Thanks. Yeah.